Hello students, today's topic is pinacolone rearrangement. It is a very important name reaction. So today we are going to learn pinacolone rearrangement. We have earlier studied how can we make pinacol. There are several methods by which we can make pinacol. Now how can we convert pinacol into pinacolone? So basically it is a glycol to ketone or aldehyde conversion. Generally ketones are formed, but sometimes aldehyde can also be formed. So we are going to convert glycol into ketone. Suppose we start with a molecule like this. It is pinacol. And if we react it with either concentrated H2SO4 or concentrated H3PO4, or simply we can represent it by a H plus, that is we are taking a source of proton. So obviously Lewis acid can also work over here, and there are several modifications also available of this reaction. Then we will get this sort of compound, that is pinacolone. So this is our basic reaction. We are converting pinacol into pinacolone. Now let's analyze this reaction first, then we will go for further discussion. See, there are two hydroxyl groups on the neighbor position, that is alpha beta or 1,2 diol. So the starting material of this reaction is alpha beta or 1,2 diol. Then we are getting a ketonic group, that is we are getting a ketone as a product. But generally there are so many methods of oxidation in which alcohols are converted into ketones or aldehydes, but there is something specialty in this reaction. What is the specialty? We are also getting rearrangement, that is the migration of a group. Migration of a group is also taking place in this reaction. So there is rearrangement of carbon skeleton in this reaction. Is that clear? So what is this? This reaction is all about conversion of a diol into a ketone with rearrangement or with change in carbon skeleton. Is that clear? Okay. So now we are going to study the mechanism of this reaction. What is the mechanism of this reaction? We are taking pinacol, and here we have a proton, that is H plus. What will be the reaction between this molecule, that is the reactant, and H plus? So if you can see, each OH group is having a having two lone pairs, so they can act as a nucleophile, and this H plus is electron deficient, so it can act as an electrophile. So H plus is acting as a electrophile and diol is acting as a nucleophile. So any of the two OH group can attack on this H plus. So suppose this hydroxyl group is attacking on this H plus. So due to donation of lone pair, oxygen will get a positive charge. There will be two hydrogens, and this hydrogen will acquire a negative charge because it is accepting electron pair. So it's already the charge which is it is having, that is positive charge, will get neutralized by the newly negatively charged, so it will become neutral. So ultimately the net result will be, there will be transfer of positive charge from this hydrogen to the oxygen. So we are getting a oxonium ion in this reaction. Oxonium ion, that is oxygen having 3 valencies with a positive charge, is known as oxonium ion. Is that clear? In next reaction we will be having loss of water molecule. What is the reason behind this? See, this OH2 group, because of the development of positive charge, has become a good living group. So now you can see, due to this positive charge, this bond will become weak and there will be partial positive charge being developed on this carbon. What is the reason? Due to a full positive charge on the oxygen atom, it will attract or it will pull electron density towards itself. So that is, this OH2 group is imposing a negative inductive effect over there. So that's why this carbon is developing a partial positive charge. And if you can see clearly, this carbon is attached with 3 carbons, so it is a 3-degree potential carbocations. So that means in this reaction we are having two concepts or two positive things with us. First, it is having a very good living group, that is water molecule. Another, the potential carbocation is a 3-degree carbocation which are quite stable. So what will be the net result? So net result will be a 3-degree carbocation. So in this reaction we are getting a 3-degree carbocation as an intermediate. Is that clear? And this is the slowest step of this reaction. So it will be known as rate determining step or RDS. That is, the formation of a 3-degree carbocation is the rate determining step of pinacol-pinacolone rearrangement. So it is a quite simple concept which you have already studied in the carbocation concept. That is, if the upcoming or if the to be formed carbocation is a very stable carbocation, then the reaction will be quite fast. Is that clear? So now we are having a 3-degree carbocation which are quite stable. Now what happens? See, the carbocation is already very stable, but if any of the carbon group or the alkyl group shift over this carbon, then the newly formed carbocation will have back bonding by the oxygen atom, and due to back bonding of oxygen atom there will be complete octet of every element. And as per the rule of resonance, you must know that if any resonating structure or any structure which is having a complete shell of octet will be more stable than any other structure. So what will be the process? This electron will come over here, and suppose this group will migrate over here. So there will be a 1-2 shift of alkyl group which are known as Whitmore shift, or because this alkyl group migrates with the electron pair, so more correctly it will be known as 1-2 alkynide shift. Alkynide is the word when we use for a carbanionic species. So it is a 1-2 alkynide shift. So what will be the effect of this shifting? we will be having this sort of structure which will lose one proton to give the ultimate product, that is pinacolon. Now there are several concepts which we need to learn. First, there are two hydroxyl groups, and as I have said, any one of the two can be protonated, but that is valid only when these two carbons are equal or similar, that is the substituent present on these two carbon must be same. If they are same, then any of the hydroxyl group can be protonated. Is that clear? What happens when these two groups are not equal, we will study later on. So first query of this reaction is which hydroxyl group will be protonated if these substituents are different. Is that clear? Second thing, there is already a 3-degree carbocation being formed in this reaction. So why it is showing rearrangement and getting converted into a 2-degree oxonium ion? Or if I write a intermediate step which you can learn, see, if I show them step by step, suppose first migration takes place, then what will be the condition? The condition will be this. So it is a 2-degree carbocation. So what does it mean? A 3-degree carbocation which is more stable than a 2-degree carbocation, and as per the rule of rearrangement, a less stable carbocation must be converted into a more stable carbocation, but not vice versa generally. So what is happening over here? Although we are getting a 2-degree carbocation, but this carbocation is having back bonding, or you can say resonance participation of lone pair of the oxygen atom. What happens when this lone pair participate in the back bonding? You can see the octet of every atom is complete, although the positive charge is on oxygen, which is less stable than the positive charge on carbon. A positive charge on oxygen is less stable than a positive charge on a carbon, because carbon is less electronegative than oxygen. But due to completion of octet, this structure is more stable than this structure. That is, this oxonium ion is more stable than the 3-degree carbocation. So what is the driving force of rearrangement? The back bonding of lone pair present on the oxygen atom. And there is one more driving force. In this structure, it have complete octet of all the atoms, and it can neutralize its positive charge by easily donating the proton. So by easy donation of proton, the structure, the oxonium ion, will easily get converted into a neutral species. So there are two driving force of this structure in this reaction. First, back bonding or resonance participation, whatever you can call it, resonance participation of lone pair on oxygen atom next to carbocation. Second, there is easy donation of proton yield a neutral structure. So we are getting a neutral structure. Is that clear? Okay. Now we will study some more concept in this reaction. I hope you got the mechanism. See, First thing, protonation step. That is the first step. See, the molecule is like this. What is happening actually? Suppose a proton is coming into the proximity of this molecule. So obviously this molecule will have some conformation in which hydroxyl group will be anti to each other. But for a while, if I assume to be them into a staggered formation, then let's say this proton is coming into the close proximity of this molecule. So lone pair is present on both the oxygen. So both will attract this proton. So I can draw a transition state. See, what sort of transition state? Suppose this proton comes into the close proximity of these two hydroxyl group, then they will acquire positive charge, and due to this positive charge they will attract the bonded pair of electrons towards themselves. So we can say they will impose minus I effect. So due to this minus I effect, this carbon will have a partial positive charge which will be lesser in magnitude than hydroxyl group for a while. Okay, we are only talking about a transition state. So you can say that OH group will be protonated, which will have positive charge on that carbon, which can accommodate that positive charge well as compared to the other, or better as compared to the other. So see, in this case these two carbons are identical, both are having same substituent. But suppose at the place of this CH3 group, I add a phenyl group, then this carbocation will be benzylic 3 degree, but this carbocation will be a normal 3 degree. And as we know, benzylic carbocations are more stable due to delocalization of charge. So we can say this hydroxyl group will get protonated. So what can be the rule? So first key point of this reaction is that OH group will be protonated which leads to the formation of more stable carbocation. Very important. So if you are having a molecule or a diol or a pinacol in which the substituent are different, then first of all you have to protonate that OH group which will generate more stable carbocation. Is that clear? So this is the first key point. If we talk about second key point, formation of carbocation is the slowest step, and thus it is known as rate determining step. So if you are comparing two molecules, which one will go faster, pinacolone rearrangement, then you have to check which one is generating more stable carbocation. The molecule which will generate more stable carbocation will also react faster, that is more stable carbocation, then faster the reaction. Is that clear? Come to the third point. Migration of group. So there are several points in migration of group. First, there is always 1-2 migration takes place, that is the migration will always be 1-2 type, that is only between the neighbor carbons. So there will be always 1-2 migration take place. Second, migration is completely intramolecular in nature, that is there is no crossover phenomenon. What does it mean? It means if you are taking two molecules at the initiation of reaction, then there will not be any exchange of groups between those two molecules. So there is no detaching of migratory group takes place. It only shifts from first carbon to the second carbon. So there is no intermolecular reaction takes place, only the reaction is completely intramolecular. Why it is so? If you see the mechanism of migration, then it takes place like this. Suppose this is your 3-degree carbocation, then what happens? This migratory group, suppose this is the migratory group, okay, so it starts forming a bond with the electron deficient carbon. At the same time, these bonds or this lone pair of electrons from the oxygen start participating in the pi bond formation. So there is a transition state like this. So this is the transition state for migration. That is, what I am saying is, this R group that is this R group is not completely detached from the initial point to the final point, or from the migratory origin to the migratory terminus. It is bonded with both the carbons during migration or during the transition state, as well as this oxygen has initiated the donation of electron pair towards this carbon. So these two phenomena are taking place simultaneously, or you can say it is a kind of concerted reaction. So always the participation of lone pair and the migration of group will take place simultaneously. Is that clear? So that's why there is no crossover experiment. Next point. Next point is the migratory group migrates with electron pair. Fourth, there is complete retention of configuration of migratory group. That is, if migratory group is a chiral group, then its configuration will not be changed after migration. So there will be retention of configuration. Fifth, the group migrates is always anti to the living group in case of cyclic compounds, irrespective of migratory aptitude. This is a very important point. We will discuss this in case of cyclohexene rings later on. So first of all, we have to discuss the other things. Very important thing, that is migratory aptitude. What is the migratory aptitude in this reaction? So this reaction follows general order. What is the general order? That is hydride, then phenyl, then alkyl group. This is the general order. So if there is competition between any groups during migration, then this will be the order hydride, phenyl, alkyl. If we elaborate this reaction, this order, then we will get this will be the order, that is hydride, phenyl, then 3 degree, then 2 degree, then 1 degree, and then methyl. So what does it mean? Means more electron rich group shows higher migratory aptitude. This becomes also clear when we talk about phenyl rings. First of all, let's see the mechanism of migration. Suppose this sort of carbocation you are getting, then how the migration takes place? Let's see. This bond pair will attack over this carbon, and as well as this lone pair will start forming a pi bond. So what will we get over there? See, this sort of a phenonium ion, it will show some resonating structures, like if this bond comes over here, then you will get and again. So overall you will have this sort of structure which can be known as phenonium, and the same thing is happening in this case also. The group, migratory group, is not detaching from the migratory origin, as well as it is also bonded with the migratory terminus. Is that clear? So what is the order? Order is electron rich species have more order or more migratory aptitude. So if there is OMe group, then it will show more migratory aptitude at the para position. Suppose these are the groups, then let's discuss them in detail. This OMe group at para position, that is para anisile group, has the highest migratory aptitude among these 5 species. What is the reason? OMe is a plus M group, that is it shows positive resonance. So due to positive resonance there will be increase in electron density at the terminus point, so it will show highest migratory aptitude. This Me group, that is methyl group, it is having 3 alpha hydrogen, so it will show hyperconjugation effect, that is plus Hc effect. So it will be lesser in magnitude than resonating structure, resonating effect, so its aptitude will also be lesser. Then phenyl, it is the standard form. Here we are having chlorine, it is a strong minus I group, and there is nitro, that is strong minus M group, so it will withdraw electron density at the highest level, so it will be most electron deficient, and that's why it won't migrate, or it will be very slow in migration. Is that clear? So what is the rule? Again same rule I am going to discuss again. Electron richness increases, migratory aptitude also increases. There is a special point. What is the special point? That is ortho substituted phenyl rings shows very poor migratory aptitude, whether having electron withdrawing group or electron donating group. That is irrespective of the nature of the group, whether it is electron withdrawing or electron donating, if the phenyl ring is ortho substituted, then it will be very poor in migratory aptitude. What is the reason? To understand the reason, we should go back. See, in the transition state, in phenonium ion, the ring is bonded with both the carbons. So if any group, any big group or any large group is attached at the ortho position, whether here or here, it will create steric crowding or steric hindrance during migration. So the reason is not electronic, okay, the reason is steric. So due to steric regions, ortho substituted phenyl rings shows poor migratory aptitude. Is that clear? Okay. So this is all about migratory aptitude and migration. Only one thing we need to discuss, that is in the cyclic systems. Okay. Suppose we take a cyclohexyl ring which is having this sort of substituent. So you can say it is a 1,2-diol, and if you can see the hydroxyl groups are trans to each other. Okay, and these methyl groups are also trans to each other. So it is a trans form. Okay, it's a trans form. Now if this molecule undergoes pinacolone rearrangement, then what are the possibilities? Again, the substituents are same, so any of these two groups can be protonated. So we take them one by one. Suppose this hydroxyl group is getting protonated. Okay, this is the group which is getting protonated. So it will act as a leaving group. So I can say it will act as a leaving group, and you can say it is equatorial in the position. So what will be the anti group? This bond will be anti to this group. Okay, these are parallel but they are anti to each other. So when this hydroxyl group will start participating in the bond formation, so this bond will go over here. So what will happen? Try to understand. See, this group is going over here, and this is this lone pair is coming over here, and this is the leaving group which is leaving the molecule. So it will be converted into a 5-membered ring. It will be converted into a 5-membered ring. This OH2 group has been removed, so there will be only methyl group. This group has taken place over the OH2 group, so this has taken place this group. Okay, now see which bond is being broken. This is coming over here, so this bond is broken down. This bond is getting broken down, and this is directly attaching itself to the point. So you will get this sort of thing, and it will release proton to give a 5-membered ring. If I draw them correctly, there will be CH3 and there will be COOCH3. So this will be your product. Is that clear to you? So if in the trans form this OH2 group is getting protonated, then we are getting a 5-membered ring due to rearrangement, because this bond is being broken. So this point of attachment is not there, it is directly attached to this new point, and we are getting a ketone, or we are getting a oxonium ion, thereby we are getting a proton. Now what happens if this group shows migration, or this group goes for protonation? So again you can say this is equatorial. So which bond will be anti to this bond? Okay, so in this whole molecule, the group which is anti to this molecule will be this. So now this will come over here, and you will get the same product. Okay, now if we take the cis form of this molecule, then what happens? I am drawing the cis form. So now this is the cis form. Now again we are showing the same mechanism. So suppose first this OH group is getting protonated. Okay, now this will be the leaving group, and this is equatorial. So again this bond will go over here, and as the previous example you will be getting, because this bond will be coming over here, so this bond is going over here, so your product will be a cyclopentane ring. Okay, now what happens if this OH group gets protonated? So now this is the leaving group and this is axial. So this CH3 group is anti to leaving group. So it will come over here. It will be the lone pair will start forming the pi bond, and this will be coming out as a leaving group. So it will remain as a 6-membered ring. Now this CH3 group is coming over here. So let's draw it with a different color. So the CH3 group which is in red is coming from the migration or rearrangement. Okay, and there will be this sort of concept, this sort of structure. So what you are getting finally, so you are getting a proton will be released, or you can draw it simply as so this will be your product. So you can see, if we are taking a cyclic system, then which group migrates depends on its spatial position, that is the position relative to the leaving group. The group which is anti to the leaving group will migrate during the rearrangement. Is that clear? So this is the these are the some common points about the pinnacolone rearrangement. If we take one or two problems in this video just to boost up our concept, there will be second part of this reaction also, because we have to discuss so many other things in this reaction. So first of all, suppose I am taking an example of methyl, ethyl, and suppose you have to say what is the product. So first of all you have to check about the substituent. So you can see both the carbons bearing hydroxyl group are bearing same substituent, that is one methyl and one ethyl. So any one can be protonated. So what will happen first? Suppose I protonate this one, then there will be loss of water molecule, that is our red determining step. and there will be formation of a carbocation. So there is formation of a carbocation. Now what will happen? This will start participating. So now the question is, there are two groups, methyl and ethyl. Which one will migrate? So we know ethyl group have more migratory aptitude than methyl group. So this ethyl group will migrate over here, this bond will be there, and with the loss of a proton, what product we are getting? Methyl. See, this is the methyl, then carbon, and there is double bond oxygen. Then this carbon is already having a one ethyl and one methyl, and it will have another ethyl which has come from the migration. So this will be the product. Is that clear? Now suppose this is the question, what will be the product? So again, first you have to discuss which one will be more stable carbocation. So you can see there are two phenyl groups, so it will be more stable. So this will get protonated. And there will be a 3-degree carbocation. Okay. Now the lone pair will come over here. Now we have two groups, methyl and phenyl, and as we know, phenyl have more migratory aptitude than ethyl. So phenyl will go over here. So this will be the product. Is that clear? So these are a few things about pinacol, pinacolone rearrangement, and we will be soon be having the second part of this reaction. Thank you.